Just like humans, animals can also develop unusual and rare conditions. In this video, I'll be telling you some true stories about cats which have some rare eye conditions, which might make them look a bit different. But no matter what they look like, they're still the adorable little floofs that we know and love. So let's get started with the first story of a cat and her continuously growing eyes. Cat's eyes keep growing. We're all used to the standard cat's eye, oval with a slit pupil. So when 2-year-old Matilda, otherwise known as the alien cat, came along with enormous round eyes, it took people by surprise. The young cat was rescued from a hoarding situation as a kitten and then adopted by a woman called Megan and her fiancé back in 2013. At first, Matilda looked just like any other adorable little cat, but soon after her first birthday, the feline started to experience an eye issue where one pupil would dilate nearly to the size of the entire eye and then return to normal. After a trip to the vets, the curious cat was diagnosed with spontaneous lens luxation, meaning that the lens on her eye had detached. Not long after, her left eye became affected as well. After a bit of research, Megan discovered that all of Matilda's siblings also suffered from the same condition. However, there was one big difference. Whereas the rest of the siblings' eyes stayed normal, Matilda's started to grow. We're still unsure as to why this made her eyes grow, Megan said. And so are the vets, although they believe that it had something to do with the feline's collagen structure. The unusual cat also suffered from secondary glaucoma whilst her eyes were growing, but it cleared up once they stopped. Despite the fact that Matilda is almost completely blind, she can still see some light and motion and maintains a joyful attitude. And she doesn't let her eyes get in the way of her loving personality. She loves to cuddle and sit right on top of anyone who will let her, Megan said. Even though the feline's condition might look painful, she is not suffering, as the pressure levels in her eyes are normal, which means there is no pain. Instead, Matilda is content to simply live out her days with her family, giving no thought to her eyes, which make her seem all the more adorable. Another cat who has a rare eye condition is Joseph, the Scottish fold. Keep watching to find out what it is. Cat with blue and yellow eyes. There is a rare condition in life which can affect various different animals' eyes, including humans. This condition is called heterochromia, and it causes the eyes of an animal who has it to become different colors. And it's this condition which Evgeny Petrov fell in love with in his new cat. 2-year-old Joseph was a pure white Scottish fold cat, with one blue eye and one yellow eye. Because of his unusual look, his breeder was left struggling to find someone to adopt the oddball cat. But that's when 29-year-old Evgeny Petrov stepped in. He had been looking for a cat to adopt and had almost given up hope before finding one that he liked. But when he saw a picture of Joseph online, he said it was love at first sight. When I saw his photo, I didn't believe he was real, and I also didn't believe he hadn't been sold for 5 months, Mr. Petrov said. I called and I was happy when I heard that the photo was real, and a day later, Joseph was at home. Heterochromia doesn't affect the feline's eyesight or cause them pain in any way. Instead, it just gives them an amazing set of mismatching eye colors. Since arriving at his new forever home, the sweet Moggy has enjoyed his time lazing around in the sun and enjoying all the love and attention that his new owner has given him. I, for one, think those eyes are gorgeous. On to our next story now, and it's back to big, beautiful cats with big, beautiful eyes. Blind cat with huge eye finds forever home. Often, people say that it's our uniqueness which makes us special. Well, this is definitely true for the blind Norwegian forest cat, Pico, whose bizarre bulging eyes certainly make him stand out. The now 9-year-old feline started life as a stray, toughing it out on the streets of Canada. One day, when he was still young, he was sadly hit by a car and put into a coma for 3 days, before miraculously waking up. During the time he was being cared for at the vets, Marie-Josée Brisson and her 17-year-old daughter, Monica, would visit him to see how he was doing. They then decided that they would give the cat his well-deserved forever home when he was able to be released. Not long after bringing him home, Pico's eyes started changing from their usual bright green color to a cloudy gray. Worried about what that might mean, Mary took the feline back to the vets, where he was diagnosed with glaucoma in both eyes. This is a condition where the optic nerve gets damaged and often leads to blindness, which was the case for Pico. Not only did the cat go blind, but his eyes started to grow and bulge as well. But that didn't stop this tenacious kitty. Most of the time, he's okay going about his days, but he bumps into furniture sometimes. He knows his way around the house very well, said Marie. But not only does Pico have a loving home, he's also become a viral sensation on TikTok, with some of his posts showing him enjoying walks in the great outdoors with his humans, as well as him enjoying a good munch on some grass. What a lucky kitty! Much like this next kitten who found herself left on someone's porch. Woman finds kitten with large eyes on her porch. In 2019, a resident from the Chicago suburbs found a box left on her porch. But it was what was inside the box that shocked her. Huddled in the cardboard was a tiny kitten with the biggest eyes. Astonished at what she had found, the woman rushed the small feline to her vet for urgent medical attention and left him in the care of the professionals. Once there, the vets discovered a large wound on the kitten's neck, which meant that he had to be taken to the ER to have it stitched up. The next day, after a successful operation, vet Elise Hall met with the feline to give him a full examination. He was pretty shy and subdued, but as the day went on, he started being more outgoing and playful, Elise said. He was so unusual, and I just adored his feisty spirit. I described him as a 1.3 pounds of eyeballs and sass. The tiny bundle of fur and eyes quickly snuck his way into the unsuspecting vet's heart. Between appointments, Elise would find herself checking on the kitten, wondering how he was doing. When it came to find the best foster home for him, everyone agreed that there was nowhere else he could go but home with Elise. Once at home, the loving woman named the cat Porg, after the Star Wars character, who also has very large eyes. At first, Elise thought that Porg was just unusual in appearance, but when she noticed that things such as grooming or scratching his ear and neck would lead to large and recurrent tears in his skin, she knew something else was wrong. A skin biopsy revealed that the feisty little kitten suffered from a hereditary collagen defect, also known as Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it was then that Elise knew that she couldn't give him up. After a difficult learning process, she soon managed to find a routine as well as various products which helped keep Porg's skin healthy and safe. Another key aspect in helping the kitten's skin is clothing. Clothing has been incredibly important in protecting his skin, so we are always looking for outfits that fit the best and provide the most coverage, while ensuring he is comfortable, Elise said. It turns out that Porg's large eyes are also a symptom of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but they are treated with daily eye drops. Now that he has settled into his new forever home, Porg's larger-than-life personality has really emerged. He often comes running when he hears the sound of snacks, and he can't resist a good cuddle with his favorite humans. Even with his condition, nothing is slowing this feisty little furball down. It's always great to hear a story with a happy ending, which is what makes this next one so great as well. Boy finds cat with same rare condition. Remember earlier how I said that heterochromia can occur in people as well as animals? Well, this is a story about one little boy who has the condition and how he came to find his best friend because of it. 7-year-old Madden from Oklahoma had been bullied by his classmates due to having one blue eye and one green eye, as well as being born with a cleft lip. Brought down by the other children's attitudes toward him, Madden's mother, Christina Humphreys, didn't know what to do to make him feel better. That's when she stumbled across a photo of quite a rare-looking cat who had been taken in by a rescue group in Minnesota. We knew immediately this kitten was meant to be part of our family. Not only does he have a cleft lip like our 7-year-old son Madden, he also has complete heterochromia iridium, like Madden. They were destined to be best friends, said Christina. Deciding that they had to adopt the cat, the Humphreys family traveled the almost 1,000-mile distance from Oklahoma to Minnesota with the help of some of their friends along the way. The journey, which took them over 14 hours to complete, resulted in the best possible ending, with the cat, who was named Moon, returning home with Madden. The two quickly became inseparable, with Moon happy to play with his new best friend as well as take peaceful naps with the boy too. As well as that, Madden created an anti-bullying video talking about his experiences with the horrible situation. The video soon went viral, with the young boy telling people to be kind to one another, as we all have been through a lot lately. Well, no matter what happens, Madden will always have his twin to comfort and love him for who he is. No matter how these little kitties look, there will always be someone out there who will love them for who they are, which is exactly what we should do for each other as well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons to get even more inspiring stories. See you next time!